Watch 2023 is still happening. Good morning, good morning, friends. I am out of sorts today. Thank you for those of you waiting since 8:06 is when Perry jumped in the chat. It is my time. It's basically an hour and 10 minutes later, and this is definitely the latest I've ever been on one of my own shows. What are you gonna do? Yeah. So Cat escaped. Still don't know where she's at. It happened late last night, I guess. So we are scouring the neighborhood. I'm taking a break from that because seems like there's nothing I can do in the current moment. But thank you for Perry for coming in twice. He beat himself. We got shop in the chat, which means I'm going to scroll back up here and get the John Doom in the chat. What is going on, John Doom? And what is going on, shop? Hope you guys are doing well today. Appreciate you both. Let's see, where was I up at the top here? We got Couchin and Slouchin. What is going on, C Bizzle? Painting. JP is painting. All right. Got Terry from the Bronze Page. What's going on, Terry? Big Daddy Ross in the chat. I appreciate all you guys coming by, and I'm sorry that I had so many people waiting. And here I am. We got Burning Block Cade. We got Scott. What's going on, Scott? Got Magic Lasso in the chat. Let's see who else. I recently commented I was going to have to stop mocking John for being late because he was doing such a good job. Back to normal. There you go. Coach Vic did not miss the show. Let's see here. Did I miss anybody else? There's me saying, yes, my cat escaped and we're hunting for her. Still hunting. What's up, Rod? He just dropped his video. Good morning. JP just dropped his video. Perry just dropped a video of his own. It's all very exciting. She is not in our short boxes. We found a slider, and I guess I can highlight this. One of the it's hot last night, so we had all the sliding glass doors open. The screens were closed. She apparently got one of the screens open about, a solid foot, and there she went. I hope she can find her way home. Yes. She's a naturally outdoor cat. We are trying to retrain her and obviously struggling in that effort. So there you go. Yes, Air Spider. Sheriff John is on the task, but he's taking a little break now. He's taking a little break. What's up, Kevin from Entropy and Comics? Good to see you, Sir Kev. What's going on? Yeah, I do think this is possibly the most riveting my channel has ever been. How far is the school? If you haven't seen her close to the house, good chance she headed. I think it's a 20-minute drive, so I would imagine she wouldn't be heading all the way there. That she's just in the neighborhood. The odds are more likely that she's found her way into somebody's house, and they're not letting her out because they're like stray cat, no tags, because she loses her. She takes her collar off all the time. She's just too dang smart. Let's see. So yeah, gone since sometime last night. She's very clever, very clever. Put the litter box outside. I hadn't thought of that. There you go. Stop answering the chat and let us collect information on your neighbors. I don't have a Ring doorbell. No, I do not. I do have the Nextdoor app, but I think it's one of the crappiest AIs, the applications. Like, it's just so difficult to utilize that. Buy some good catnip. I have some natural catnip we've been using. Ring neighborhood app. Most areas have a lost cat page on Facebook. What's up, Southern Comic Geek? Good morning to you. They do love rooftops. Yep. What's up, Toby? Good morning to you. What's up, Chet? Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. What's up, Justin? No Good Comics. He just rolled in here. Good to see you, sir. They are devious. She's very clever. She's smarter than us. What's up, Ben Compton? Good morning to you. And that's everybody. All right. I caught up. So yeah, that's the drama of the morning. Got up to find, as I was getting my books ready to go live, my wife said, "Did you open this?" And there's the slider and no cat. So you're exciting. I hear dogs are better at doing this long distance thing. I don't know that cats travel that far. I'm hopeful that The long story is that that was found in the garage at the school where I work with her kittens, and she went through had 2 litters at our school before we had her spayed. And then the whole time over this last year, she's lived at the school. Nobody reins her in. She goes wherever she wants. She ends up at a neighbor's house, climbing in their window. She comes back. She eats food at our school and has her litter box and stuff there. But she's an outdoor cat. Like, she just hunts and brings us mice and lizards and things. And but it's summer break, and this is her first summer break, and we're trying to figure out what to do with her. So we brought her home to take care of her at our house, and it's not going well. she's torn out 2 screens in 2 different windows. So she just basically pushed on it until the screen came out, and then bolted. And both times, every time she's escaped, she's just been in the front yard, laying around. She's caught a lizard and laid in the back by the pool. Like, she's chill. She's a pretty chill cat. She just doesn't want to be kept in. So I'm just not sure what she got into last night and how long it'll be before we have her return. So we're checking the local, Nextdoor app as best we can. What's up, Craig? I hope he shows up at some point. And fingers crossed, she just does her usual thing, which is she shows up when she feels like it, which is kind of her style. And then we got to figure out how to keep her in the house, yet also not swelter, because we kind of like having the screens open and the sliders open and the screens closed, whatever, to let air travel. I don't know. Exciting. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Good morning to you, sir. All right. So let's, I guess, get off of the cat topic for a little bit. It's like an exciting morning. I only bought 1 new comic book this week. That was Immortal X-Men. So I'm being lax on my new comic books, but I've been buying some older books, so I guess it balances out. This is always a great, entertaining read. It's easily the best X-Men book. If you were only going to read 1 book, I would go back and read these 13 issues. I think it's the only X-Men book you need. It's just really great. It works really, really well. Kieran Gillen is just nailing it, and Lucas Wernick is doing almost all the art. And I know he's digital, and some people don't like it, but I bought a page from him, and he remarked it beautifully. He's just super talented, and I absolutely love his work. So this was very twisted and entertaining. All that great Quiet Council drama. Very good. There it is. See, the other 2 people I know reading it. Chaos loved it. 10 out of 10. No Good loved it. He enjoyed it. Chet says read it last night. Holy crap. There you go. It does focus on the Isle of Krakoa and Doug and their relationship, the way they communicate to each other, and how they are as members of the Quiet Council. And it definitely derailed dramatically at the end. So very exciting ending. As far as what I've been reading, yes, the Mark Brooks covers are gorgeous. I agree, Jason. Of course, I've been working through this omnibus New X-Men. That's where I'm at. So I've read. Sorry, I'll go the other way. I've read this much so far. And I got a lot more to go. I just finished issue 125, which had a big cliffhanger ending. So I'll probably read 126 today. The storyline has to deal with Cassandra Nova, the evil twin of Charles Xavier. Those of you soap opera fans are all in, right? But some twisted, cool stuff going down. I made some shorts and reels on the silent issue that was 121. I think I mistakenly called it 120. But some really cool stuff going down. Some big fights happening. And for me, this Emma Frost outfit is hilarious. This is the most buck wild Emma Frost costume, and she's full of those costumes. I don't even know how it stays on. Like, I don't even know, though. It's so illogical, and it yet suits her to a T. So it cracks me up. So I'll probably continue to make some shorts over the next 2 months. just covering different plot lines that come up, different characters that come in and out. So definitely lots of goodies to be enjoyed in the new X-Men by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. I have not scrubbed this beast yet. I am very close to potentially snagging the issue 15. So I mentioned that I have been buying some older books instead of just the new issues, and this is obviously a big pickup. I mentioned last time, but this is issue 11. I'm trying to get issue 15, which is the first time he is in blue. That's coming up next. Emma YouTube shorts are called Daisy Dukes. Heyo. Clever boy. So that is the main thing I've been reading. I've also begun reading Top 10 by Alan Moore, and you can see I just cracked the surface really of that story. One of the workers at my LCS is a big Alan Moore fan, and one of his favorites is Top 10, and they had just gotten the compendium in, which collects the entire run from what I understand. And this was, so whatever my discount was off of the $60 that the whole piece is. So I've been reading the Alan Moore Top 10. I think I'm going to take this on the vacation I'm taking here soon and work my way through this. In fact, I've got a little pile of non-Marvel, and technically this is a DC, but traditional DC books here that I'll go over as far as what I'm going to be trying to get through during vacation. Los is here. He says, good morning, John. What's up, everyone in chat? He's at a kid's birthday party and he snuck out to head to a comic shop. There's my guy. That's my guy. What's up, Schultzy? I will be talking about a show that Schultz and I have been discussing on Instagram, The Bear. And I'll get into that because I have one episode left and I'll be fully caught up. Yes, I easily my favorite Green Lantern. I've got obviously Guy as well, and I've got over here Sinestro. But it's definitely John. It's all about John. You got to be about John Stewart, right? He needs to finish Top 10, and I know there's connective stories. He was showing me the other series that are part of the Top 10 universe, which is owned by DC, but I guess it's not linked to the DC universe. I don't know. I'm missing 5 Prometheas, and it's driving me nuts. All right, there you go. Emma's clothes defying gravity and logic is her actual most powerful mutant ability. I fully believe this. That Emma's undisputed. Undisputed. I feel like I'm tired from chasing a cat. Her most underappreciated, undervalued superpower is her ability to stay in half of her costumes. Impressive. No, Jason, I'm talking about a TV show called The Bear, and it's on FX, or if you have Hulu, it's on Hulu. And it focuses on running a restaurant. It's all about chefs and the front of house, the back of house, the difficulties in the finances for a restaurant. And so really great series. Also not that. But I'm going to finish talking about comics here. So I hit that one. This is going to be something I'm taking on the trip. The other ones I'm going to take are I got Jeff Johns and Gary Frank's Junkyard Joe, the first volume of that. I heard a ton of great things about this series, and so I'll definitely be taking that on the trip. I've been trying to get around to reading Lazarus by Greg Rucka, a writer I really appreciate, and I've heard great things about Lazarus. The trade is super tiny, this first volume. I don't even know how many issues it collects because it doesn't tell you. Boo. But I will be giving that a shot. I do genuinely like Greg Rucka's work. And lastly, I got the new hardcover from Brubaker and Sean Phillips. This is Night Fever. I've pretty much loved everything Ed Brubaker's ever done. And this is just his newest thing. And I know if you follow Comic Tom and Fire Guy Ryan, one of their most recent videos, like 2 back, is Ryan doing a quick review of Night Fever and why he really liked it. So he's got me pumped up on it. So that's my vacation reading. I'm going to be powering through all of that stuff. Let's see here. Lazarus is excellent. Enjoyed it more than Deadly Class, which I like very much. There you go. And I don't know, Gord, if you can tell me how many issues Lazarus went, or if that's just it. Maybe that's just that one. I don't know. What is up? We got Simon Mad Spidey's in the chat. Good morning or probably evening to you. Looks like Ryan is a big Rucka fan. He's shouting some love for Rucka. Some love for Junkyard Joe from C Bizzle. That's good. I heard great things about it. Looks like Chaos got it, and looks like Jason read it. So there you go. Lots of people loving that. Yeah, so I've got a couple of actual novels, not just graphic novels. So I've got a nice pile. I'm going to be going on a trip to Hawaii here soon for my mom's 80th birthday. She's doing a little thing for having a bunch of us out. And I'm going to try to spend as much time as I can reading good stuff. I've also got the Marvel Unlimited app all set on my iPad so that I can read through a couple of runs. I want to read the most recent Black Widow that JP's told me so much about. That sounds perfect and right up my alley. I'm very curious about that. And then I promised my man, Sove Collector, that I would read the current She-Hulk, which he says is phenomenal and is wrapping up a big storyline right now. I think they're at issue 18 or 20, something like that. But the app has got the first, 16 or so. So I'm going to just basically plow through and try to catch up on those 2 more recent Marvel runs. We got Lucy in the chat. What's going on, Mama Comic? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. We got Roscoe in the chat. What's on, Roscoe? Hope you're doing, man. One of the most awesome people I got to meet when I went to Florida. Good to see you, sir. Gore says, I don't remember how many issues, but the series had a climax and is now in hiatus, possibly forever. I do know that Rucka's been doing that, where he took a break and was writing some TV stuff. I know he had a really great Netflix show, and then he had an adaptation of another one of his books. I'm trying to remember what it was called. But yeah, he's had a lot of great, TV writing gigs. So I think he's been pulling back a little bit on the comic writing as much. 20th Century Men. I don't know that I got that one. I'll have to look for it. John, you have to pay to get an LA when you get off the plane in Hawaii too. Did you order anything for Amazon Prime Days? I did not. No. Instead, I've been buying, like I showed you, some back issues from my shop, and that's kind of where my money's been going. No. That would not prove anything. Greg Rucka is in the final issue, couldn't commit or make promises the series would ever return, but he was going to try. Yeah, makes sense. So I've been asked about this a lot, Chet, by you and by Justin in particular. Here's where I'm at. I've had a bad taste in my mouth a couple of times from these, like, let's go back and tell a story. It kind of connects, but it doesn't. And maybe we'll act like it was just a mini series or wasn't real or not continuity. We don't know. We're just playing around with continuity. Like the Storm miniseries was garbage. And I'm so mad that they put talented people like Ann Nesenti on a Storm story and decided to just shoehorn it back into the 80s instead of telling a really cool Storm on Mars story. Just really disappointing. I've had a couple of those from DC as well, where they're like, we're going to tell a story and maybe it's continuity or maybe it's not. We'll call it Black Label and just walk away. So I skipped this completely because I was like, I don't know what it is. It's not Hickman era, so it doesn't connect to that. Maybe they'll say that it's actually part of the current run, or maybe they'll just say it's a what if story. So I skipped it. I heard some people really liked the first issue, but I was like, yikes, I don't know that I'm ready for this. So I can't decide if I want to spend money on it. I looked at it, and the talent behind it didn't convince me, so I kind of walked away. But I hear it was way better than this. So that's something, I guess. What is going on? House of Nerd Show. And yes, Gore, if you can get Chris to behave, good luck with that. Big Will in the chat. What's going on, Big Will? I hope you're doing well, my friend. And we got Robert Galvin in the chat. Good morning to you. Nice to see you, sir. Agro's in the chat. What's going on? He says, I'm with you, John. Aren't these people writers? Someone tell them you can never go home. I was asked recently if I could write a comic, what it would be. And I was like, yeah, I want somebody to just do a Storm story that takes place right now, fits in with, X-Men Red and X-Men and any of the other stuff. But it's like her soul. Just tell me a solo story that's connected to whatever she's going through, the burden of leadership, trying to start a family, maybe, her relationship with Black Panther, whatever you want it to be. That's the story I want somebody to tell. I don't need you to go back and tell me one of those. Hard pass. So yeah, if it's great and you're saying it's a decent read, that Days of Future Past, maybe I'll go back and collect them at some point. Yes, this. Yes, this. Yes. And I like Ann Nesenti. Like, she's a talented writer. I like her Daredevil stuff from back in the day. I just don't think this was good. It was not needed. I heard this too, Roscoe. I did hear this. Hopefully that won't come back to bite me that I didn't pick it up. What else would I have? Oh, yeah. So the other back issue that I picked up, I posted this yesterday on Instagram. So this is the Chet, you're going to cry right now. I'm going to take it out of the bag. This is the older version of the issue. So I posted this on my Instagram and people were like, no, it's your issue is not banged up. Why did you need to upgrade it? And I was like, well, you can't really see as well how kind of rough my copy of 99 was. And that's the front, and the back is worse. It's a beautiful book and a story that I love, but my copy of the book is, seen worse days. No, sorry. Strike that. Reverse it. It's seen better days. So, it's discolored. It's got a lot of bends, a lot of creases, a lot of, like the rip marks all the way down the spine are just bad. So, Chet, you got to deal with it. But yeah, it's just not in good shape. And, it's a low grade. I would say it's like a 2, maybe. If you got a good grader, maybe it's a 3 at the most. But it's got a lot of creasing all the way around it. A lot of bends. So it's just not in good shape. So my LCS got that mega collection in, and I kind of went through and looked at all the issues that I needed to upgrade, and then looked at what they had, and I selected a couple that were really nice. So I'm not going to take this one out. This is the one I upgraded to. Like, you can see that it's all black across the top. There's no pieces missing, no dents. You can see along here, it doesn't have any of those same issues. It's got one little spot right there. It's had a little bit of a hit. You can kind of see, yeah. But that's it. That's the only spine tick. The back looks clean. This corner is a little round, but legitimately, that's the only flaws in this book. A little bit round here, and then a little bit of a spine tick there. And it's just a beautiful copy of a story that I like, a cover that is just phenomenal. And so, yeah, I upgraded to get a really nice copy of issue 99 of X-Men. So there you go. Boom. Just beautiful. Just don't put any of the other comics in bags at all. That way I don't have to waste time taking them out. Hello, Chris. Good to see you, sir. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, Chris. Let's see here. It was up here too. Never been a big Nesenti fan, but I did enjoy the Inhumans book she did back in '88. I've never read that, so there you go. All right. Let's see here. What's good, brother John? I'm sorry I missed you, sir. Let's see here. Another fellow John, right? I would check out a Solo Storm. See, there you Let's see. I feel like I missed some people. Did I? Let's see here. John, now read it cover to cover. Taunt him. You're right. Oh, you need a replacement? Okay. See, we're on the same page. Let's see. It is agreed. Very nice book. Well read, right? It's the perfect copy. The one I have originally is perfect for reading. Like you could take it out and read it and not be worried that, Chet would talk to you in all caps, right? What's up, Rod? My Rican man. What's going on? I'm glad somebody gets me. Somebody gets me. I don't know that I'm at the stage where I'm ready to go back to CGC again. I'm fine. If I want a book slabbed, I'll just buy it slabbed. I don't know that I'm ready to start sending off stuff again. Let's see here. Let's see. Midnight Suns. That's a good. I remember the 90s version. 99 cents all day, right? You guys are hilarious. So that was my big upgrade. They're holding issue. They're holding one other one for me. Issue 102. Chet's gonna correct me here. 102, is that the one with Magneto on the cover fighting the X-Men? That's like a kind of an homage to the first issue. That's the one I think I got that they're holding for me. It's not 100, not 101. Yeah, I think it's 102. That's that Magneto cover. So I'm upgrading that one as well. So those are the two that they were holding for me this last bit here. Are we all just pretending John doesn't have a Klansman on his shirt? It's a wizard, and it says fantasy football. He's doing the Heisman pose. He's got a little football. He's got a little football and a wand or a staff. I guess it could be a staff. Yeah, it's my fantasy football shirt. 104. Thanks, Chat. I knew I was right in there. 102 is the Juggernaut and Storm. You're right. There you go. So yeah, 104. They've got a really nice copy of that one waiting for me that I'm going to upgrade as well. I just haven't got around to getting it yet. Let's see. Oof is right. Last thing that I definitely wanted to talk about is the TV show The Bear. And I can put that up here. Maybe put a banner up. How about that? I haven't done one of those in a while. It's The Bear, and it's on Hulu or FX, if you've got FX. I don't know if you guys, maybe you do. There's a lot of options out there these days. A lot of choices. So this has been the big thing. My wife and I have been binging this last week. So really great. It's on my list, JP. 101 is on my list. 101, 102, 104, which is getting the upgrade. Then I think it's 105 and 6. There's a whole bunch in that 100 to 120, basically, that I'm upgrading. Almost every single issue I'm upgrading is between 101 and 120, like almost all of them. Give a shout out to the Scumbag crew. Absolutely. You guys are hilarious, man. It's been nice seeing you guys going live and hanging out again. Plus, Craig's the only one that says hi to me. He's the only one that sees me when I'm in the chat. I respect that. He's watching the chat closely. I did not get the facsimile. I'm going to stick with my copy right now. More people tell me watch something, less likely to watch it, but The Bear is enjoyable and the main character actor is very, very good. There you go. Bear is top tier television. Look at that. I'm glad some people know what's up. What's going on, Luke from Hydra Collectibles? Good evening, I believe, to you. I hope things are going well. Let's see. So yeah, what is The Bear? It's a focused show on running a restaurant business. And the main character has sort of inherited his brother's restaurant that was kind of like the family's restaurant in downtown Chicago. His brother had passed away, very surprisingly. And they get into a lot of that. The brother who is taking over the restaurant is like pro level. I mean, he's worked in some of the most fancy restaurants around and been a top tier chef in that like intense, stress filled environment for a while. And now he's trying to take what he's learned and adapt it to this restaurant that maybe isn't what he wants for the rest of his life. And he's dealing with all the debt, odd relationships, crazy cast of characters who his brother basically surrounded himself with, and the debt that he buried himself under. And so when inheriting this restaurant, he sort of inherited all of this crap that he's trying to navigate, besides dealing with his own, you know, the loss of his brother and the really intense family dynamic that they came out of. And so it's not a comedy. There are similarities to Ted Lasso if you took all the comedy of Ted Lasso out and you were just left with the sort of intense, heavy, real life, emotional baggage, mental health stuff. Like, then maybe it would be similar. But The Bear does not have a real sense of comedy. It is definitely more intense than that. And there are episodes, especially in season 2, there were episodes that I was just floored by. And I just couldn't, I couldn't even imagine it. It does give me a little, it's very intense. It reminds me that I could never do that job. That doing it at that level, it's too much. And I don't think I could handle that. It's too intense. Yes, it's the younger, it's one of the kids from Shameless. That's the lead actor, right? It's a great show. I need to watch the new season. The new season is, I think, better than the first season. They obviously have a ton of guest actors coming in because they had this in particular, this one episode that's a full hour long. Most of the episodes are 30 minutes, but this one episode's like a full hour, and it's just centered around a Christmas dinner from like a handful of years, 5-6 years back, that informs a lot of the show. And so they got big names for a ton of those roles in that scene. So yeah, there's a lot of really great casting going on in the series. There's another one of the scumbags. What's up, Agu? How you doing, my man? Alice doesn't live here anymore. Inspiration for the TV show Alice, which you watched as a kid. Dinner Rush. I saw that. Excellent film. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? No. Kitty Cat, as far as I know, still MIA at this particular moment. So watch out for a kitty comeback here, hopefully soon. So anyways, if you're looking for a new show that's binge watchable, it's less than 20 episodes, I think. And each episode, for the most part, is about 30 minutes long. Definitely worth taking the time. There's 2 full seasons out, and I'm sure there'll be a 3rd season down the road at some point, but it's worth taking the time if you can make it. And yeah, it'll probably make you cry, make you stressed, make you hungry. Probably a little bit of all of that all at once. No shame in the scumbag game. So that's the main thing that the family has been watching, as far as me and my wife. As far as us with the kids, the girls have begun watching Arrested Development, which I love the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development. It's one of my favorites. And so we've been starting that. I think we're only like 5 episodes in, and that show's hilarious, and I absolutely love it. So the girls have been getting into that. We're still working on How I Met Your Mother with them. We're about 3 seasons in on that one. Enjoying that. Just trying to find stuff that like they'll enjoy. Gilmore Girls. They've been watching a little bit of season 1 of the Gilmore Girls. Those are the kinds of things we've been doing as a group whenever we can watch something together. And summer vacation tends to be a little bit more of that time than any other. I guess that's pretty much it. I can't remember if there was other stuff I wanted to get to. I don't think so. it's been a roller coaster ride this morning with the cat escaping and trying to get the show up and running, even though I'm running about an hour late. Chet says, "Gotta fly. Have a great weekend, John. Hope the kitty comes safe and sound. X-Men forever. Whoop whoop. Yep, I respect it, buddy. Thanks. Have a good day." And I'm probably going to bounce out of here too. We got 2 soccer games today. We got a ton of packing and cleaning to do before we can head out on our trip. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So lots of little things that we're going to be doing around here. I appreciate those of you that were willing to stick with me being an hour late this morning, trying to make that all happen. Much appreciated. It's true. Yes, happy Catterday to all you guys, and hopefully if she comes back, I will post something here in the community tab or something on Instagram and let you all know. Hopefully she gets back here soon. See, we're doing club soccer, so we're still in it. There's no break at this point. It's just all the time. Secret Life of the American Teenager. Oof, that sounds scary. And lastly, we got Silo. No, I haven't started watching that one. About the guy who played Fallout games and then made a show. Interesting. All right. I appreciate the recommendations. So yeah, I'm going to bounce out of here, gang, and I will hopefully be in and around. Even though I'm on vacation, I won't be able to do as many streams, but hopefully I'll throw in a few things here and there. So everybody have a great weekend, and fingers crossed we find our cat.